Hi, this is Owen Murphy and I'm Placement Coordinator for GMIT Social Care degree, and I'll be giving you a short introduction to what's involved in assessing students at both the midway and the final stage of their placement with you. As you can see, this is a copy of our assessment record book which contains the assessment in Year 2, Professional Practice 1, and also in Year 3, Professional Practice 2. There are three different levels of grading for a student on their placement. As this is Placement 1, Year 2, the student will be expected to achieve Level 2 Supported Practitioner. As you can see, is a Level 1 Dependent Practitioner, and this would demonstrate that a student has limited capacity and requires a lot of support. As we go on into Level 2 Supported Practitioner, the student displays practice that is safe and effective. They're also able to use theory and practice, but there is still a requirement for regular guidance and support. But they are acting within appropriate guidelines and do understand the importance of policies and procedures. A student may go on to achieve a Level 3 in some proficiencies, and this is quite a competent student and is skilled in forming relationships, excellent use of theory to practice, responsibility for their practice actions, good use of reflective practice, and the student engages in supervision and a growth in practice confidence and openness to their continued professional development. You can see in the assessment and grading method page that there are 2 times during placement which a student is assessed by their practice educator. This is after week 6 and in week 12. The assessment is conducted by the practice educator with the student, and during this time the practice educator will judge the student against the proficiencies that the student has been exposed to. There are 2 reviews during placement that will be conducted by the practice lecturer from the college. These reviews are to assist identifying what areas the students have done well in, and also areas that there might need to be extra support. As you saw in the previous screen, there may be identified particular proficiencies that the student has scored a Level 1 on. In this case, the student will require a learning support plan, which you will see contained within your placement handbook. At the final reflection and final review, the practice lecturer from the college will visit in person, and the layout for that meeting is contained at the bottom of the page, looking at areas of role acquisition, discussing practice, communication, teamwork, administration. Also looking at the planned intervention that was conducted by the student. It is advised that the practice educator brings their piece that they have completed on the student's progress and evaluation of that particular intervention to this meeting. There will be a final sign-off at this final meeting in relation to the assessment record book. On the grading page, as you can see, this is in relation to Domain 1, Professional Autonomy and Accountability. A student is expected to achieve a Level 2 Supported Practitioner. It's very important to highlight that the student is only graded against those proficiencies that has been exposed to, and it is very unlikely that in any placement a student will be able to achieve all proficiencies. So that is not expected from any placement, just the proficiencies that the student has been exposed to. You will also see that a Level 2 is the minimum level expected across all domains, and as highlighted in the previous screen, that the student will be supported with a learning support plan if they reach a level 1 in any particular areas. This can be found within the appendix of your placement handbook. There's also an option as well of completing this assessment record book in a soft copy format initially, as the boxes allows you to tick quite easily the area of which a student is going to be graded against. However, it is preferable that a printed hard copy version is used for the review meetings. This will enable a signing off. I'd also like to highlight that the final decision on a student's grade is at the discretion of the program board, and that it is not the role of the practice educator to pass or fail a student, just to judge a student against the proficiencies that the student has been exposed to. Having assessed the student, you will then be asked to complete your comments at both the midway and the final review stage. So as you can see, you will complete comments by both the practice educator, and the student will also get an opportunity to submit comments. At the end of placement, the assessment record book will be taken by the student, having been signed off by the practice educator, the student, and the practice lecturer, and returned with the rest of their documentation. I hope this presentation has been useful to you and clarifies any queries or misunderstandings that you might have in your role as practice educator in assessing the student. You can contact me on the details supplied in this particular slide, and also our link lecturer will be in touch with you very shortly. Many thanks.